Good evening, Starlights, and welcome to the Degeneration Podcast Ray, Episode 6, the podcast for the degenerate generation. Here with me is my charming co-host, Mandado. Please introduce yourself.
I am that person that you just said a few seconds ago.
That's
I think
true. That's true.
I've been introduced as that person at least, so that's what I'll
Some,
be.
most times. You've been introduced to that as that person.
Yeah.
I'm going to introduce you as something else one of these times, and it's going to be really off-putting, and we're not going to know where to go from it.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say my real name.
Yeah, I'm going to say your real full name, your social security
name.
number, and your address.
Well, I'm
I'm
gonna
going to
type
send
to you my
people
mother's maiden
directly
name.
to your house.
All right.
Ah, I
That
see.
name I just sent you, yeah, I'm gonna need you to talk about that too.
All right, so Melinda? No. Anyways, small talk before we get into things, because we do have a lot to get to. Small talk. I don't actually have any small talk today. I know. I usually have a lot of fucking insane news, but I don't really have any news. Honestly, thank God, because all of the news that I've been giving lately has been bad news. It has not been good news. So, luckily, I don't have any news. Thank you.
Good
Um,
shit.
it's probably not that I don't actually have anything to say. It's just that I've been kind of ignoring VTuber news recently because it's been a lot of like whatever shit, like he said, she said type shit with like, oh, this person's a bad person. Oh, wait, no, they're not really, or whatever. It's a lot of people just making false accusations for likes and Twitter clout. So, as always, but nothing important. So, what's going on in your life?
Not much. Honestly, I'm just that's a random thing to drop on me. I don't know.
What do you mean that's a random thing to drop on you? I always ask you how you're doing. What are you up to? What's new?
Nothing.
And if you don't have
Like,
anything, you gotta give me an animal fun fact. Give me that animal fun fact.
okay, whatever. Choose a genre or Animal King. I don't care. Something.
Let's go with prairie life. Prairie wildlife.
Okay. So the weasel and most of the muselids are shaped that way specifically so that they can fit into the burrows of smaller animals that create them, like rabbits, and eat their children.
Wait, get over here. Let me zoom
That's
in
why
the
a
camera
weasel looks
twice.
like a weasel. The little noodle. It's because it needs to be big because it's a predator, but it needs to at the same time be able to fit in the smaller things. So that's why it's a noodle.
You know, I knew that, but it's still interesting. It is still
Oh,
interesting.
you want something else then?
No. Save it for next time. Save it
Mustela
for
is
next
what it
time.
is. My bad.
Mucilage?
I said mucilid. That's not correct.
Oh, I see. I thought mucilage was correct. Guess I was wrong. Either way, what was I gonna say? I was actually gonna say something because I thought of something right at the end of what I was talking about, but I forgot it. What was it? It was something important, something big, something real big. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Elden Ring Night Rain comes out next week, and I'm super excited about it. We've been waiting for this game for an entire year now since they fucking dropped it right after Shadow of the Erdtree, and I completely forgot that it was 3-player. So I no longer have a squad. Yo, we should kidnap somebody to play that game with us.
Me when I forget somehow.
I thought it was a 4 squad. Why wouldn't it be a 4 squad? There's 4 classes. Doesn't that just make sense?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's FromSoft, so nothing can make sense. And I have completely avoided all gameplay for the game, so I'm going in completely blind outside of the classes because, you know, they're hot. And they were all over everything. You know how much fucking fan art there is of the goddamn witch?
Yeah.
There's so much goddamn fan art. So it was unavoidable. But either way, that's all our small talk, and we're gonna get into the topic for today, which is our favorite artists and songs. Yes, our favorite music in general. Now, these lists are in no particular order. We can give some preferences, or what's the word? Some preface, yeah, prefaces, not preferences. Before we say them, but yeah. I don't have any honorable mentions because I forgot to write them down. I did have a few, but I was worried for this because I felt like I wasn't going to have enough for some reason. I don't know why. I was like, yeah, let's do 10. And then I had way too many. So,
Sure.
anyways, go into your honorable mentions.
All right. For songs, it's Magnum Bullets and Cult of Dionysus. For bands, it's AJR and Aviators.
Okay. Aviators is definitely a honorable mention of mine. AJR not as much, just because I don't know. AJR would probably be an honorable mention. Actually, I do listen to a few of their songs quite a bit. I have a lot of honorable mentions, but I'm not going to get into them. Also, who are the first 2 songs by?
Magnum Bullets is by what is it? Night Rider? Night Rider. Hold on 1 second.
While you're looking that up, I'll mention another honorable mention: Teflon Saga, and Baby No Money, and Connor Price.
Yeah, Night Runner.
Yeah, those are all.
Cult of Dionysus is by fucking dude. Hold on.
God, I'm trying to think of the band that is for this.
The Orion Experience.
The Warrior Experience?
Orion, sorry.
Oh, Orion Experience. Gotcha. Okay. All right. We won't give any context for those. You can just look them up on your own because those are honorable mentions. I mentioned a few while Mandato here was looking for the stuff, but I actually, do you want to flip a coin for who goes first? Roll some dice. Whatever. All right. Do you want above 10 or below 10?
I'll take a look.
All right.
Stuff rolls bad around me. Damn. I forgot I'm unlucky. That's not how that works.
Yeah, I rolled the dice, so yeah, that's how that works. Yeah. All right. So the first one, I'm actually gonna get into. I'm gonna start out with a banger. All right. I'm gonna start out with a banger because it is probably not my favorite song on this list, but is probably the most culturally important song on this list. Funnily enough. And we're starting with Ado. Ado is a Japanese singer, yeah, Japanese singer songwriter, obviously from Japan, who is very famous for her voice. She has a very strong, powerful voice, and she's also famous for a very culturally important and extremely controversial song called Usewa, which is the song that's on this list. Now, Usewa is a song that centers around the, I want to say, the the entitlement of society, essentially. It centers around how she grew up, how she saw the societal norms around her. And it's a very Japanese song because Japan has very specific societal norms when it comes to, upperclassmen, people who are older than you, the whole respect your elders thing. But it's a lot more of a business oriented kind of respect your elders thing where
Mhm.
elder people are not allowed to be wrong, and you basically have to serve them like servants, and like if you're at like dinner parties or something. And there's like a whole weird hierarchical thing when you're like talking to people in business settings. It's a it is it is a thing that us here in the West have a slight bit of, but not nearly as bad as Japan. And from our point of view, it looks fucking stupid. And from a lot of young people's point of view, which is what the song is from, because I think Otto's like, I want to say she's like 2 years younger than us, too. So it was even worse.
Mhm.
And uh, what is the thing we talked about yesterday, where it's like the Western person looking on a different culture and like putting their own morals on it.
Um, the word for it.
Yeah, there's like uh cultural centralism or something like that. I,
Hold on.
I don't know, but while you look that up, it looks worse from our point of view because we didn't grow up in it, and that's not how we were raised. But also, it there were people who like actually experienced it, and
Yeah, that's it.
it's basically Otto
It's
saying,
ethnocentrism.
right, ethnocentrism, and Otto's basically saying this is bullshit. Like, is everyone else more important than me? Because I'm young, and also I can't like get a job, and I have to do this and that, and the economy is getting worse and worse. And yeah, it's basically just a big fuck you to society, and people were not very happy with it. People who are very like okay with the societal norm, because Japan has a very big culture of like going with the flow and following norms and stuff like that. A lot of people didn't like the song, and it stirred up quite a riot. But yeah, also Otto herself makes very good music. Everything from Usewa to Backlight to all the rest of the songs that she did for the Red movie for One Piece, as well as a song I've been listening to recently called Aishite, or Aishite Aishite Aishite, which is, yeah, she likes repeating herself, I guess. But anyways, on to your first one.
Okay, my first song.
Yeah,
I guess just the first one that I wrote down is Collared.
I feel like I've heard that one. Who's that by?
Because I fucking forced you to listen to it.
Oh, was it that? Oh yeah, it was that one. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead and explain it.
Okay. So Collared is by Vain Lily, which is I don't fucking know outside of the song.
Hmm.
But
I'm gonna have the
the
same thing for the next song, so don't worry about it.
it's fine. But the song itself is pretty simple. It's literally just like a it's kind of a frustration with how lust itself is considered to be a sin, regardless of like how it's directed, and and it's also kind of a I guess criticism of people who try to the like hypocritical, I guess, nature of people trying to justify it in certain situations and not in other situations via like religion.
Hmm.
Concluding with God can't tell you uh what you or like who the fuck you should love. So and neither can someone who is like claiming to be a servant of God.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of counterpoint to the whole Hellfire song.
Mm-hmm. Kind of. Except much less I'm going to take this woman and
Yeah,
more
it's like the
I'm
opposite.
frustrated because for some fucking reason one of the most basic human needs of all time um and wants that is right alongside fucking eating and sleeping is considered to be sinful and horrible.
Hmm. It is really strange. It is really strange. I'm wondering if it has something to do with like the like amount of goddesses of fertility in other religions.
It's most likely that.
Yeah. Especially
It's
the
most
depictions
likely
of them.
the backlash of Christianity like being against other religions for a long time because that's what it had to do to flourish. It
Hmm.
had to convince you, hey, don't be the part of this religion because it's sinful.
Yes, you're
So
worshiping demons
yeah, so
or this or
fucking is
that.
not good. In the same
Yeah.
way that like Beelzebub, which was a entire like just a different god
Yeah.
from like a different religion, is
Oh
now
god,
just
we can get
demonized.
all into this. We could get all into this.
Anyway, point is,
Oh my god, we don't have time.
that's collar.
Yeah.
So the end is mostly just haha, I'm free to like who I want, right?
Hmm.
Fuck you, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah. It's also done in like a really electro swing style.
Sorry.
So it's done in a really electro swing
Yeah,
style.
I fucking love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I should talk a little bit about the style of these songs for people who are interested in them. Yeah, so Collard is an electro swing and Usewa is rock slash metal, which is most of Otto's songs. So yeah.
Mhm.
All right. I'm just going down the list of things I uh I remembered. So a lot of these songs are like genre related
Mhm.
by twos, kind of. So the next one I have is Wretched and Divine by Black Veil Brides. Now,
Okay.
I've listened to a lot of songs by Black Veil Brides. However, I wanted to bring this one up because I stole the title of my first story from this song. And that's it. My first story I ever wrote, and the only one that I've actually entirely wrote down, not entirely, Twisted and Divine. I also had a campaign based on this story. And uh, not much to talk about the song. It's a rock song. It's uh, like punk rock. Uh, I'd say it is your. Hmm. I I struggle to exactly pinpoint what the song is about, but it's basically talking about how like the person singing is like this divine being who struggles through life essentially. I guess I haven't fully broken down the song, and it's actually been a long time since I listened to the song. I actually re-listened to the song a little bit just to get prepared for this podcast episode. But I used to listen to it a lot. I used to listen to Black Veil Brides a lot, and it that actually came from one of my exes who introduced me to a lot of their music. And speaking of exes, that'll have a bit more to do with my next song, but I will allow you to go ahead.
I'm doing the next one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good Song Never Dies by Saint Motel.
That sounds so familiar as well. Have you sent that to me?
I don't know, maybe. Anyway, it's a very simple song. Basically just you only die when you're forgotten. That's it. So kind of a celebration of life, I guess.
I'm sorry. As soon as you said that, it reminded me of the TikTok. You only die when you're forgotten. Wrong. Said evil knife guy as he malicious, or he said Jeff the killer as he maliciously Jeff the kills me. God, I'm sorry. Sorry.
No worries.
Continue. Go ahead.
It's very simple. It's literally just live how you want to, be remembered. You'll only really die when you're forgotten.
What genre is it?
I don't fucking know. If
Like
I were to
a
give it a
indie
genre,
or
alternative pop. It is
oh,
indie,
it's alt.
kind of.
Okay, fair. What about the band? Do you know any
Saint
other
Motel.
songs by them?
Do I listen to any of the other songs? They're on my top 10 bands. We'll get to them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, do you have like multiple songs by them on this list?
No.
Oh, okay.
We'll get to Saint Motel later when we get to bands.
Oh, do you have your things separated by
Yeah.
songs and bands? Okay. Yeah, I didn't give him that much of a rubric for this, so we have our lists separated a little differently.
Oh, did you just do the same thing? Like your favorite band with your favorite song from that band?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I have a favorite song list and a favorite band list.
Oh, that'll actually be better because I don't really have favorite bands per se because I listen to like one or two songs from a bunch of different bands. Speaking of, I forgot to put Set It Off on here. Set It Off is honorable mention. Let's go with that.
Yeah, I was thinking about putting them as an honorable mention, but yeah.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I listened to their music, so I completely forgot. All right. Well, the next song I have is Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. Yes, I listened to a lot of My Chemical Romance growing up. That also had to do with my ex.
Damn.
When I say that my ex was into My Chemical Romance, that's like the understatement of the century. One of the things that we did was sat down and listened to every single My Chemical Romance song ever made back to back. And there were a lot of good ones, and 99% of them I forgot. So I think the only three I still listen to is Welcome to the Black Parade. Well, actually, no, four. Blood, Skylines and Turnstiles, and Helena. Those are all very good songs. And I probably have listened. Oh, Teenagers as well. Teenagers is really good too. But basically, a short, very very short history of My Chemical Romance because long ass history. They were made after 2001. Uh, they were made after, or they formed after 9/11, and Skylines and Turnstiles is about basically the horrors of 9/11.
Mm.
Yeah. Your next song.
My next song is Bones
Hmm.
by Sail North.
Oh, Wrong Bones. I was thinking of.
Did you think Imagine Dragons?
Yeah, so I thought Imagine Dragons. I also didn't put them
No.
on here. I probably should. Honorable mention.
Anyway, Bones is an excellent song, because it is a song about the. It's actually really interesting. It's a song about the what's the word? Dissonance between the way that people see and romanticize pirates and how they actually were.
Oh god.
And it's done in a wonderful way by having a kid like sing a lot of the lyrics in some of the fun places to make it sort of fun, even though the lyrics read on their own are fucking horrible.
Oh god. Yeah.
Blood on my hands from the pull of the rope, no wind in our sails, so we have to row, and it's heave ho, to the locker you'll go, where dead men lay their bones. It's
Oh
great.
god. Jesus Christ.
It's great.
Yeah, that's pretty good. This is pretty goddamn good. God, I wait. When you said the horrors of like what pirates actually were like, all I thought
Yeah.
about was Bones in the Ocean.
Oh no, not quite. It's fun and upbeat, which is the
Yeah.
point. It's supposed to be fun and upbeat, and honestly, it catches you off guard with how like happy it is.
Hmm.
It's actually like it's a really good and fun song to listen to, and then you like listen to the lyrics and you're like, oh holy shit,
It's like,
we're
hey,
talking about fucking. We're talking about getting frustrated with the captain, so we fucking throw him overboard and kill him.
it's
Oh,
like
okay.
it's like Hey Ya by Andre 3000.
Yeah, kind
Right,
of. Yeah.
Outcast, yeah. Oh my god. God, I love those songs. Songs that are just completely different than what the lyrics are.
Yeah, fair enough. Bones. It was a close call between Bones and Calypso, but I decided on Bones. They're a pretty good band.
Mm,
Relatively new. I think they were created like 3 years ago or whatever.
that is really new.
Maybe two. Because they have 7 or 8 songs total. I've listened to every one. Really love them.
Goddamn. Nice. I'm
Yeah,
assuming
they're all
that's
kind
gonna
of
be in your
fun
bands.
sea shanties. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Calypso, Against the Tides, Unsinkable, etc. All good. Go ahead.
Mhm. All right. I also realized I didn't actually explain Welcome to the Black Parade. I explained Skylines and Turnstiles more than I did Welcome to the Black Parade. I'm not going to explain Welcome to the Black Parade. You better have listened to it. Everyone's listened to that goddamn song, all right? If you know anything about alt music or punk rock or fucking anything, you've listened to Welcome to the Black Parade. Like, come on. Let's be real here. But either way, the next song I have, we're getting out of like the alt slash punk slash rock music, and we're getting into rap with I Love by Joyner Lucas. And funnily enough, this song is a slight departure from the rest of his music, but it is my favorite song that I've heard by him. My other favorite songs are probably all the remixes he did, because if you don't know who Joyner Lucas is, he got famous off of remixing other people's shitty songs. But yeah, uh, yeah, and he also did a project with Logic called ADHD. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about him. I just listened to a lot of his music uh when I was in high school. So he made a song that actually popped off. I just remembered about it. Uh no, it wasn't. What was it called? Devil's Work, right? I think it was partially a response to God's Plan by Drake. Funnily enough,
God's plan, indeed.
yeah, yeah. All right, go to your next song.
Okay. For my next trick, we have King of the Damned, which is a Palais Royale song. I know you don't know who that is, and
No,
I
I
know you don't know what that song is. Um,
So
it
explain
is
it.
me. You don't even care. You don't even
I
fucking
care. I care so much.
Fine, whatever.
I care more than anyone else has.
Basically, it's it's really not a very complicated song. It's literally just like I'm getting frustrated. Um Everyone else is getting frustrated by like people lying, people fucking taking advantage of all of us. The downtrodden and members of society or whatever, we're eventually just gonna start fucking like killing people. Not really literally killing people, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's
I
gonna be a
agree.
breaking point. We're gonna get frustrated, and then we're gonna fight.
It's gonna happen. Unfortunately, it's not that far off.
Yeah, it's not very complicated.
Yeah, that is fair.
It's one of those songs that's just kind of fun.
Mhm.
Well, fun in quotes. I like it.
Yeah,
Oh, and it is rock.
nice, nice.
Technically, it's glam rock.
Glam rock.
Yeah.
It's like 80s rock. Is
Uh,
that is that
no.
like the time frame for that? I don't remember. Is that
It
90s?
is 1970s for some of it.
70s.
But yeah, it's mostly
I don't know my oldies stuff, so
no worries. Glam rock is here. It's a mix of
that didn't help. That image doesn't
it's a
help
mix of
whatsoever.
rock pop and heavy metal. That's like relatively catchy. And it's kind of just fucking whatever the fuck they want.
You sent me an image of 4 JoJo characters, but IRL.
It's great.
God. Okay.
What are you gonna do with it,
I'm gonna go to my next song, I think.
bitch?
Alright, the next song I have is Fire by Screwface Jean. Because while Screwface Jean is known very well for his reaction content on YouTube, he does make quite a few songs. He's done quite a few collabs and uh, what are they called, ciphers and stuff like that. And he's also made, I think, 2 songs with Tech9, and
Mm-hmm.
they were pretty good. They're pretty good. The cipher was okay. There was a little bit of weirdness with the editing and stuff, and fucking Rustage didn't take it goddamn seriously. God, have you ever heard the what was it called? The Worldwide Cipher, I think it was called. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
have you heard Rustage's verse on that? Dude, it's
No.
fucking silly, dude.
What is it?
It's fucking silly, dog.
Well, go
Uh,
ahead.
I'll, I'm not gonna rap it.
Okay, fine.
I'm
Just
not gonna rap it.
remind me the name of.
I'll link it to you. I'll link it to you.
Thank you.
But it is. God, he's such a goofy bitch. He's such a goofy bitch.
It's such a goofy bitch. The JoJo characters in question.
Yeah, pretty much. Rustage is a JoJo character. I'm gonna be honest with you. Rustage is a JoJo character. Also, some of the people on here didn't have their didn't have their game face on when it came to their when it came to their parts, but you know, it's all right. You know, Epic Lloyd being on there. I don't think I've ever heard Epic Lloyd rap outside of ERB. So, all right, to your next song.
Oh my god, Rustage is just fucking me.
What? Oh, have you never seen Rustage in real life?
No.
It's like IRL. What he looks like IRL. Yeah, no, he's a goofy bitch.
What the fuck? Okay, whatever. My next song is Young and Restless by Siamese.
Ah. Honestly, I completely forgot Siamese was the band.
Well, they were my favorite for years, so I didn't. Anyway, Young and Restless. I really love it. So it's really just like basically it's kind of an upbeat and happy song. It's really all about just like connection and acceptance is the best way to get through the hard parts of your younger life. You have a lot ahead of you, and it's going to be really scary and hard sometimes. But it's all to learn, and it'll just, make your life better in the end with the connections that you form from sorrow.
Gotcha.
And
Pretty nice
also, because of that, don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's kind of sweet. I like it.
Fair. Nice message.
Yeah. My next song is not.
Well, nice messages actually lead me into my last four, which I'm going to say the fourth one is one of my favorite songs of all time. Actually, all four of these are like in my top 5, I'd say, for favorite song of all time. The fifth slot moves around a fuck ton, but these four pretty much stay the same. And it is one of my favorite artists of all time, Eminem, with Beautiful. Now, oh shit, I skipped one. Oh well. Well, we'll go back to that one in a bit. But Beautiful is a song that pretty much got me through my childhood, to be honest. It was really kind of a departure from a lot of the songs that you heard from Eminem, where he's just rapping out of his ass and fucking losing his mind and taking drugs and killing bears. And this song was a massive departure where it was pretty much talking about how, like, yeah, I mean, I've had a shitty life, and if you're having a shitty life too, it'll be all right. You'll make it through it, kind of thing. And you know what? We may walk in our own shoes, and sometimes it feels like no one else can walk in ours, but it'll be all right. Everything will be all right. And that, you're beautiful and you got this. All right, your next one.
All right. My next song is Stolen Valor. The Blackbeard song from The Man Be Islam.
Oh, that song. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Ah, that one. That one's good. I knew the Man Be Islam, you were going to bring him up, so
Dude,
I didn't mention
there's
him.
nothing deep about it. It's just a good song. I like it.
True.
It's a fucking nerdcore rap about Blackbeard.
That Blackbeard.
That's it.
And how he's an evil motherfucker.
How is he? No. how he's an evil motherfucker who gets a bag.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
pretty much.
He is a successful evil motherfucker. The
Mhm.
CEO of evil.
The CEO of evil motherfuckers. That's
Yes.
Blackbeard.
No. Not
I
actually. But like
he's not the most evil, but I'd say he's pretty up there.
he's
He's
really
pretty up there.
successful.
Yeah, he's really successful. We want to talk
Dude,
about
man
successful
went
bad
from
guys? Oh yeah.
man went from fucking rags to riches.
Literally.
Literally.
Absolutely literally.
Dude, he's a Yonko now. This motherfucker might even get it to Laugh Tale. Like
Oh, we're definitely gonna see his ass in Laugh Tale, don't you worry.
I'm
There's no
so
way we
excited.
don't see his ass in Laugh Tale.
I'm so excited. I love Blackbeard
He's gonna
so
pull
much.
up
He's
on a
so
ship and he's
awesome.
gonna be like, "Yeah, ha ha ha,"
Yeah, he's gonna be
and
like,
then
ha ha ha, I just tracked you here, fuckers.
and then he's gonna be fighting with some crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah, he's gonna be fighting with people we've never fucking seen before and pull out a third devil fruit. Fucking Christ.
He's definitely got like 4 of them motherfuckers at this point.
Dude, I
Come
love
on.
Blackbeard so much. He's
Bla-
awesome.
Blackbeard is literally just the all for one
He
of
really is.
One Piece. It's so
He really
weird.
is, except in a world where like people like All Might can get to All Might status with just training. So
Mhm.
he's not that scary.
Yeah. He's
But
still
he's still
scary.
scary.
He's still fucking scary. He took down an Ace.
Dude,
It's not even a
that was
spoiler
the
at this
least
point. That
person.
happened like 10 years ago.
Yeah, no. That was the least person that he took down. Ace was weak. This motherfucker is a Yonko, as in as strong as Shanks or Luffy.
Yeah.
This guy could probably box a Kaino.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
But speaking of the man be his law, why don't you tell us a little bit more about him and how he got big?
He's on the ban list. So no. We'll get to him.
Oh yeah, yeah, right. You have it separated. Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm an idiot. I'm a fool.
You're an idiot.
Idiot. Speaking of nerdcore, that's actually the one I skipped past on accident because I was so excited to talk about Beautiful. Ranking of Kings by Schwabity. He has 2 versions of the song because he put so much of himself in this goddamn song that he had to make 2 versions. He has the first version, which is obviously it's a Ranking of Kings song about the main character. So he has the MV, the AMV. And then he has a one where he's like it's like an actual music video because 90% of the song is just about him. And it just relates back to him and how he struggles being an artist. Yeah. And Schwabity himself, he's been around. That motherfucker's been around a lot, and he's only gotten better. He's gotten better and better. And when it comes to nerdcore, I think DPS was a close second up, but I think definitely Schwabity takes the cake for me. As much as I like Rustage, his music can get kind of samey sometimes.
Hey, that's what I said.
Schwabity goes bah, bah, and then hits you with a fucking haymaker with a punch. And I love his style.
I don't know. Rustage has like 5 separate kinds of songs.
True. Yeah, pretty
and
much.
Schwabity just kind of mixes it up most of the time. Some are similar, but
yeah,
nice.
it sucks too because when he
I think the difference
writes
is Schwabity doesn't produce as fast as Rustage, who I think Rustage produces like more than once a month.
Well, they were doing once a week at one point.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah. They slowed down a lot.
Yeah.
I think the problem with Rustage as well is that when he's on a cipher and he ends up writing for someone who doesn't usually write, like let's say Iron Mouse, for example, or like what's his girl's name? Sailor Your No, it's not Sailor Your Love. Whatever. And he writes for other people. They also have the same exact fucking flow that he uses. And you can tell immediately who wrote their shit. Because it smells like Rustage in the room. God. But no, Schwabity always sounds unique. I like it. That's not to say Rustage is bad. It's always good. You just know what you're getting. All right, your next one.
Okay. Miss the Misery, or I Miss the Misery specifically. By Hailstorm. So, this song, I think I've been a fan of this song since I was 12. Or maybe 13. God, it's been so fucking long. And you know what? I think it deserves to be on this list because in a lot of ways, it was the first cool song that I listened to that I really liked. This ain't your
cool song.
This ain't your grandpappy song. This ain't your radio song with all of them censors and shit.
You were listening to like Disney songs and like
I'm not saying that's what the song was, but that's what the song was to me.
And like like kid show songs, shit, and then you listen to this and it's like, and your brain exploded, and you grew 3 feet, and your muscles bulged out, and your balls sank to the floor.
Exactly, yeah. Anyway, it's also what later, as in like this week, got me back into Hailstorm.
Really?
Which I hadn't heard anything from beyond like that one song, and they're on my top 10 bands now, so it gets to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I haven't heard anything from them like my whole life besides that one song, and then when I go back and listen to them again, I'm like, oh, they're good. I like this.
That reminds me of a few different bands.
Anyway, the song is super simple. Toxic relationships are easy for me because I know I feel more comfortable around them. It's what I know. So I feel uncomfortable if it's not toxic.
I felt that. God. You know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
You know they're going to be a piece of shit. And also it feels normal.
Yeah. Like the whole song is literally like, dude, I don't miss you. I don't really care about you, but I do miss the way that you made me feel like shit.
It's a sad cycle.
Yeah. But hey, it's there.
All right. Now, I also, while you were talking about that, it reminded me that I didn't put Gorillaz on this list, and that made me sad. But that's not what I'm going to be talking about.
That's sad.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Feel good, Ink? No.
You're wrong for that.
What?
Stupid fuck.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? I'm sorry.
Anyways, my top 3, which are also simultaneously songs that have made me cry the most.
Oh, really? Okay.
Not because they're sad or anything, but because I've I've been depressed a lot. Anyways, or specifically with this one, because I knew the story behind it. And this one, the third entry. Now these ones are ordered. These ones are fucking ordered. My third entry, Journey Like 1,000 Years by Mori Calliope. It's not by Mori Calliope. She wrote it, but it's Hollow Myth. The entirety of Hollow Myth is there. So if you don't know, Hololive, idol agency of VTubers like me. I'm a VTuber, not an idol agency, but you understand what I'm talking about. their first wave of English VTubers during the pandemic made a song. During like the height of the pandemic, made a song called "Journey Like a Thousand Years." Essentially, it was a song talking about all of the struggles that they had during the pandemic and not being able to go outside and not being able to see each other, not because every country was basically shut down. You couldn't go anywhere. The idols themselves couldn't see each other even though they were friends. They were like actually friends, and they couldn't see each other, they couldn't do anything together. And you have people who are like on opposite sides of the world. You know, Gura being in America, Mori being in Japan, uh, Kiara being stuck in Japan for a long time. And actually, this song came out, I believe, when she was leaving to go back to Austria.
No.
I think I think that's when the song came out as well. And during the song, they're talking about like the things they accomplished, and I think the coolest one is probably with Amelia. She's talking about how even though, because she's the one who did all the 3D stuff, all the 3D stuff that Hollow Myth had was all set up by her.
Mhm.
So she was talking about how even though nobody knew how this stuff worked, no one knew how the software or like the anything worked, because short end of it, uh if they were going to do 3D, they would all do it in house. Hololive would just do it in house, and they had engineers and stuff, but they didn't know how they were going to do that when everyone was separated across the world, and
Mhm.
they figured it out. And Amelia is the one who researched that, and she was talking about how even though we were so far away, we could still be together because we figured it out. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I put that under Mori Calliope because there were so many more songs that I could put under Mori Calliope, like Live Again or Dark Hour, or not Dark Hour. Um, uh, a lot of other songs, but that's the one I chose. So, all right, your next song.
Um. Okay. My next song is "White Whale" by Shadow Academy. So Shadow Academy, um, is I don't know if you know the singer for Shadow Academy. Um, he's not really like he's kind of like a small singer. So his name is Dan Aveden.
I forgot Danny had a different band. Oh
Yeah. So
fuck! I didn't put NSP on here.
you dumbass.
No.
No.
Okay,
So
I
anyway,
missed the opportunity to talk about NSP.
that
Oh
sucks.
well.
No. So anyway, he got bored by the restriction of NSP. Specifically that he has like a sort of sound that he likes there.
Yeah.
And he kind of likes keeping. So he decided to make another thing called
Well,
Shadow Academy.
funny glam
Um,
pop, dicks,
mhm,
balls,
yeah,
thunder and lightning.
and also occasionally like really emotional songs, and that's it. Like Danny, don't you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
My favorite one, funnily
but
enough.
yeah, of course, it's goaded. Anyway, but then White Whale was their premiere song, and I love it. It's the story of Captain Ahab,
Mm.
and boy is it fun. It's not literally the story of Captain Ahab, but it is
Like a
basically the
rehashing.
sorry?
Like a rehashing.
Yeah, in a way, it's a con like the condensed story of Captain Ahab, but more specifically, it's the story of or the message of Captain Ahab.
Mm.
Like the all-consuming obsession, the white whale that he needs to slay, etc. The thing that kills him, etc. It's plenty of stuff, but it's basically I don't know who I am without it. Um, I'm devoting my entire life to accomplishing this goal, but I don't know who I am if it's not the person seeking it. So once I accomplish it, even if I do, I don't know what I'll do.
Yeah, it's a common story, honestly,
Yeah, it really
and
is, and
it's a timeless story too.
very much. I mean, look, all I'm gonna say is fucking Moby Dick. It's really, really old.
It's so old, but I mean,
It's like
it's such a
150 years
human
old,
thing.
okay? But it's like really just so timeless.
Yeah.
The search for purpose, and if you even find a purpose and accomplish it, what does that make it? Like, do you find another purpose until you die? Like,
Hmm.
just keep accomplishing goals over and over again? Anyway, until you die by a
Yeah.
purpose, which is why Ahab dies in the story. I'm sorry, I did spoil it a little.
Oh, oh no, you
The
spoiled the
170 old, old
170 old story. Yeah. Man, why how could you do that to me?
I'm sorry.
All right. Now, my second to last one is a song I've talked about a whole lot. I've talked about it a whole lot. I've brought it up literally anytime I can because it's an extremely important song to me, and it was my favorite song for a long time. And it still is my second favorite song, but something overtook it. And you already know which one that is. But
Mhm.
Clues to a Poor Man's Briefcase by Static P. It is part of the Criminal Idol series. However, the song itself doesn't have anything to do with Criminal Idol or the story of it. It
Mhm.
has to do as the group in Criminal Idol. Uh, Out of context, it's about an idol group, whatever. They go into the woods while they're on vacation and they find an old abandoned warehouse with a note and a essentially a labyrinth to find the clues to this box. And what is the word? Chronolis? Whatever. It tells the story of the man who made the box and what he put inside. Essentially, how he grew up poor in his family, him and his father, ended up getting mixed up with the mafia and the way that they use these flashing rings to be able to communicate with each other when they couldn't and were able to eventually escape that life. And it's just a really like hopeful song because of what the rings finally represent. It's just being attempting to be kind in even the most strenuous of circumstances and to, you know, to attempt to forgive people when you've been hurt by them as well as to, you know, to not be jaded by the world essentially. Yeah. All right, your last song or no, yes, no, your second to
No.
last song, your second to last song. There we go. I got it.
Winter by Vivaldi. As a part of Vivaldi's Four Seasons, the Winter Movement.
Did you have anything else to say with that?
No.
No? You're just gonna leave that no context? People are gonna
No.
have to just listen to the song?
No, I just fucking like it. I'm
Oh,
sorry. If you
okay.
haven't heard of the Four Seasons before, it's really good.
I've never heard of it. Or I probably have. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
you have.
Okay, I probably have.
Fuck it.
Send it to
All right.
send it to me. Just fucking send it to me. All right. It's like I guess it's like Welcome to the Black Parade. Like just go listen to it, I guess. I don't know.
You've heard it.
Fucking God, you can't even explain anything about it, really? Really?
I want you to listen to that and tell me you haven't heard it before.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, but there's an ad. Hold up.
You've heard it. I promise.
Oh, I probably have. It's a classical song. Got it. Okay. You couldn't at least say it was classical? It'll leave us in the
whatever.
dark.
I'm sorry. So Vivaldi's four. No, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go over Vivaldi's life.
No,
So-
no, not his entire history. Oh.
Okay, so Antonio Vivaldi was a Italian composer, a violinist, and in a lot of ways, incredibly impressive, both in his performance and more importantly in his composition. Though he was a virtuoso, that is important to mention, meaning that a lot of his string, specifically his Four Seasons, right, which is exclusively used with string instruments, with I believe sometimes some other instruments just thrown in, is primarily because that was his skill set, so that was what he wrote for. He was born in March 1678 and died in July 1741. And he composed plenty of operas as well. He was actually very, very impressive. And in general, though, as you would expect, he's kind of popular when he was alive. As impressive as he was, genuinely, with some expensive staging, people didn't really appreciate him and his time, as you would expect. A lot of the extreme artists throughout history, it's like a reoccurring story in the same way as what's his name, fucking Da Vinci, right? So he did die in poverty, but he was a genius, undoubtedly, specifically in both his opera and, again, the Four Seasons, which is, and according to like basically almost everyone, his magnum opus. It is 4 movements that manage to capture the feeling of every season, right? And therefore, spring, summer, winter, fall, or fall, winter. It's played basically everywhere all the time.
Yeah. I'm
it's just
remembering how the song goes right now. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like all the fucking time. It's really good. Give it a try. And one of those songs is probably going to be in your top 10 favorite classical songs of all time. Winter is mine. But it was a toss-up between winter and summer.
All right.
Anyway, there you go. Vivaldi, fuck you, bitch.
Okay, thanks. Thank you. God. Anyways, now, we are running over time, but we had a lot to talk about. Okay. Now, I finally get to talk about my favorite song of all time. It is not, honestly, it is a lesser known song. I'll say that. Just because I feel like by the time you were to get to this artist's end of discography, which it's pretty far back there, or it's pretty far up here, I guess, you would have decided that you didn't like them. like a lot of people have. And that is Demon Dice, You're an Ace Kid, my favorite song of all time. It is a song that is extremely important to me and has gotten me through a lot of hard days, especially when I got out of high school. I it's a whole story. How I mean, I got out of the mental hospital. I got out of high school. I had no idea what I was doing, and I was basically just wandering blind through like new work, getting a slightly better job, and then just like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Because also COVID had completely ransacked everything else I had planned as well. So I had no idea what I was doing. But it got me through a lot of hard days. And it's essentially about, even though you might have, it's talking about, it's in the context of the story, but it's basically talking about how we, even though we sacrifice a lot of shit for our goals, sometimes they just don't work out. And sometimes you're going to be really hard on yourself about it, but you have to remember that sometimes you just need to try again at something until it does eventually work out, or maybe you have to try a different approach or something. But uh that you we all have the potential to do what we want in life. And it talks about how Demon Dice herself, actually, how she basically sacrificed everything just to do what she really wanted to do in life, which was move to Japan. She sacrificed like being with her family. She sacrificed being with like potential partners. She sacrificed having stable income, and it got her where she wanted to be, even if she is still struggling, even with all that sacrifice. But
Mhm.
you can still do it.
Fair enough. Okay.
All right, and to your last song.
My last song is Supermodel by Manskin. Manskin? I think that's how you pronounce it.
Hmm.
Um, it is uncomplicated. Supermodel is about a supermodel who really fucking like it's okay. Basically, it's just about like a person who lives like every day is her last, which means that she never ties herself to anyone or anything. That's it.
Hmm. All right, fair and simple. I'm assuming there's some deeper undertones as well about how
It's
that
about a man who
happens.
fell
But
in love
yeah.
with that woman.
Oh, okay. From that
Specifically,
perspective.
it's about how he loves her and loves her just how she is, and that also means that he's never going to get her because
Mhm.
she doesn't want to be had, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, one of the like fucking lyrics is literally 1 second.
Looking at the lyrics.
I believe it's she'll never love you. You just look a bit like her dad.
I see.
Every night's a heartbreak. It's great. Anyway,
Which one of those in your list is your favorite song, would you say?
fuck you. Hold on, let me go through it. Toss up top three is collared. King of the Damned, and probably Young and Restless. And I'm not sure which one between those three.
Gotcha. All right. All right. Yeah, I already talked about my top 4, so.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
And then I
unfortunately.
could talk at length about all of the different fucking bands,
Yeah.
but I'm just going to list them because
Yeah, list them.
this
'cause
bitch
we're out of
decided to,
time.
me. Siamese, Palais Royale, Saint Motel, Brothers of Metal, Avenged Sevenfold, Hailstorm, Sail North, Queen, Manskin, The Man Be His Law, honorable mentions Aviator, AGR. We're done. Let's go.
Yeah. I had a lot of honorable mentions that I completely forgot about, because whenever I make a list, I immediately blank on every single name ever. So even though I do a lot of list stuff. God. But yeah. Anyways, closing out this here, I have already kind of determined what I want season 1 to be. I believe season 1 will be mostly just getting to know both of us, and then the other episodes will be more like updated stuff, and it'll be interviews. So we won't have interviews until probably like episode 8 or 10. I'm not sure how long the seasons are going to be. So anyways,
well, they're most likely going to be somewhere between 1 and 1,000 episodes.
You know what? Fuck you. They're going to be 2,000 episode seasons.
Rick and Morty, 100-year adventure. Rick and
Let's
Morty.
go.
Another
20-minute adventure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching, Starlights. And this has been the Degeneration Podcast, the podcast for the degenerate generation. Signing out.
Indeed.
Bye, Starlights.
Bye.
You know, I never get
Oh my
the
God.
timing right.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Skull and Bones? Skull and Bones is cheap. It's 50% off. We have to get it.
Oh shit, I forgot to talk about how there's an auto concert going on next month, I think. But I'm too broke to afford tickets.
Brokey.